What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. KG is back with another upload, back with another quick soundbite of what's going on at Leeds United in terms of transfers out and possibly one in that we've had on trial. But we'll talk about that in a bit, of course. And of course, our lovely new kit. I actually do like it. Spoiler alert. But anyway, listen, people, hit the likes on the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and drop your comments below. Big shout out to Karen Curtin, John Abbott, and Mr. P for the super thanks on the last video. A big shout out to Ken, who has become a new member of the channel. Memberships are in the description, and all of that support is very much appreciated. It just helps me out, helps the channel out. And yeah, it really goes a long way. So thank you so much for the continued support from all the members of this channel. Yeah, listen, let's get into it. Let's get into it straight away. That's what I like to do on these bite-sized uploads. So here we are. Tyler Adams, who is currently still injured, but we know has a release clause in his contract of around 20 to 25 million, somewhere in between. Now, Aston Villa are heavily linked with him. It seems like, according to reports, Tyler Adams could be off to Villa at any point soon. You know, the way that they're talking, it seems like Villa are ready to drop that bid anytime. Well, now Chelsea are involved. And as the Athletic are reporting here, the Chelsea correspondent from there, Chelsea are considering the possibility of signing US midfielder Tyler Adams from Leeds United as they remain deadlocked in talks with Brighton and Hove Albion about Moises Caicedo. Now, it's interesting to me because we often get, as you've seen on this channel, you often get people saying, is Tyler Adams even that good? Well, what I would say is the answer to that is look at the recruitment of both of the teams that have been publicly named as interested in him. You know, Aston Villa, look at the work that they've done over the past couple of years. Let's be real. But this summer in particular, Diaby, you know, Tielemans, yeah, good when the going's good. Yuri Tielemans, he's a good player in that way. But that's a good signing on a free transfer. They've done some very good business, and they're looking to add Tyler Adams to the ranks as well. You look at Chelsea as well. Yeah, they had a scattergun approach in January where it looks like they were just signing any and everyone, but they've been a bit more measured this summer. They've really recruited well. I mean, Nkunku was already signed. I think was it last before the last January transfer window, but they've added Nico Jackson. They've added a few players. They've secured Levi Colwill on a 6-year contract where they thought that, you know, he might possibly go to Brighton. So they've actually done some real smart recruiting. You know, Pochettino, you know what he's like as a coach, very expansive, very forward thinking, very much a player's manager. They absolutely love playing for him. And you could see why he'd be attracted to a player like Tyler Adams. And of course, you know, Chelsea in general, you know, with the US owner, possibly you can see that link as well. But the point I'm trying to make is look at the caliber of teams that have come in for him. Look at their recruitment. That's good recruitment from the two clubs that have been linked with Tyler Adams. So when people are questioning whether he could play in the championship or if he's even that good, that should give you the answer. If it wasn't obvious anyway from what he gave us when he was in the team, considering the real horror show it was once he was out the team, that should give you an answer itself. But sometimes, you know, people forget, you know, outside, out of mind. But it's interesting, isn't it? With him being injured, is our team's going to bid? But this is something I said a couple videos ago, that just because he's injured, it doesn't stop teams from bidding for him, because what teams do is that they will do the medical. They will see that there's an injury there, but if the doctors, physios of that club see that there might be an ongoing issue, then they won't do it. But if they think it's an issue that he can recover from, then they will sign him. And this is something that I said, someone tried to argue it. I mean, honestly, some people try and argue. If I said it was the 3rd of August when I record this now, someone would say, nah, it's not. In China, it's the 4th or something like that. You know what I mean? But that's what clubs do. They do that with certain players. And listen, when you think of it as well, Chelsea, Aston Villa, 20 to 25 million, 25 million. Yeah, it's not much of a signing, is it? It's not much of an outlay to put out on a player that could make a difference for them. And if it doesn't work out, then I'm sure they would have an avenue to sell him on to another club outside of the Premier League. And I think it is like that with Tyler. Is he going to go? That's the question. As the question often is, just because a player has a release clause doesn't mean they have to go. That is very true. I've always said with football players, just because a club accepts a bid or it's triggered in your contract doesn't mean you have to go to the very first club that triggers it. But obviously, there's a big interest in him from Villa and obviously now Chelsea. It it's attractive, isn't it? I know Chelsea didn't do very well last season, but to be part of a rebuilding job at Chelsea, I can see the attraction there. They're always going to have huge resources at that football club, even post Abramovich. So I can see the attraction. But as we speak today, there's been no bid formally made, so there's no decision to be made. So at this point, Tyler Adams is still our player, and we'll see if we can keep it that way. Myself, I would prefer to see him stay out of all the players that are probably due to leave, just purely for the fact of having Ampadu and Adams in both in that position is excellent depth, excellent quality in depth at this level, and even could even be at Premier League level too. We'd have to wait and see, but I would absolutely prefer to keep him. He's a natural leader in there, and natural candidate for captaincy as well. But we just got to wait and see. Obviously, the lure of Premier League football, and let's face it, the two clubs he's been linked with, you can understand it. Villa and Chelsea are both ambitious clubs. Villa always trying to do the next phase of they're always in the next phase of their building up to European football and possibly winning a trophy that way. And who better than Unai Emery, who's a trophy master? So I can see the attraction both as a purely objective point of view. I could see attraction to both of those clubs. It's not like he's being linked with, and with all due respect, he's not being linked with Everton here. He's not being linked with Luton Town or Sheffield United. These are two ambitious clubs, so I can see the attraction. So let's wait and see what happens there. Give me your thoughts in the comments. A signing that could possibly come in, and I just wanted to highlight this quickly because Sam Byram here. Loads of comments about this. This is a free transfer, guys, but this is how the window has gone, and we're almost going to people being desperate. And it's just about Sam Byram, who needs to be registered by Friday if he's to play a part versus Cardiff. But Leeds aren't going to rush their decision, likely to come down to his fitness. And there's nothing wrong with that, people. In my opinion, give me your thoughts below. But we've had issues over the past couple of years where we've had players that are cracks. We've literally had players that have been unavailable or soft. Every time they go down, it's an injury for 2-3 weeks, sometimes longer. There is absolutely nothing wrong with deliberating over Sam Byram. Zero issue with this for me. If he's not available to play Cardiff, so be it. I'm sure Yoda will probably be the starting left back anyway. But I see people saying we need him, sign him. It's like, whoa, are we going to that point now where there's nearly a month left of the transfer window and we're desperate to sign Sam Byram? But then I'm sure in the same breath, in the other breath that these people take, they say that we're going to go up. You don't go up if you're desperate to sign Sam Byram, I'm afraid. And listen, if we are to sign him, good. But I'm glad that they're doing stringent checks. This is the new era. I'm glad that they're doing stringent checks on his fitness. They want to see if he's got the capabilities to play a championship season. I have no issue with that. We know what his fitness has been like over the past few years. Sam Byram was almost one of these "where is Sam Byram" kind of players, as the forgotten player. So absolutely no issue with that. If we are to sign him today, welcome to Leeds United again, Sam Byram. But, I'm not going to be doing a separate video for that. But if not, obviously the 49ers have got other irons in the fire. But look, I know it's disappointing. 2 players signed is not an aggressive window for me at this point, but there's still time to go. There is still time to go. Farker obviously already has a plan in place for the first game. And listen, we'll talk about that live in a preview. But I just don't want Leeds. I want fans to try not to just get desperate. If Tom Davis from Isle of Wight FC gets released and he's a striker who scored 2 goals last season, doesn't mean we should go out and rush to buy Tom Davis to sign him. Okay, let's try and show a little bit more patience and hope that these guys are doing the work behind the scenes to get these players in that probably hurt us in the short term of not getting them in, but benefit us in the long run. That's what I'm hoping for at this moment in time. That's all I got right now, people. That is all I've got. I'm seeing in the corner there Carlson trending. That's for my Penguins here. Eric Carlson, please, Penguins, get him in as well. I'm begging you, please, please. And finally, listen, let's end on a well, for me, a positive note. I'm not sure about for everyone. Again, give me your thoughts in the comments below. But I actually really, really like this shirt. I actually really like this shirt. This is a beautiful piece of kit. This is probably my favorite one since the gray, charcoal gray and pink one that we had. This is probably my favorite away one. I mean, last season's, I mean, I don't know what that leaking pen on a sherbet shirt was all about. I would never be caught dead in that. Never. You could never see me in that. But this one, I actually really like this shirt. Give me your thoughts about it below. I know it's been leaked for a while, but it's, you know, once it's official, you know, we can talk about it. Yeah. But yeah, listen, I actually think this is a wonderful piece of kit. Obviously, it will look better if we're celebrating promotion. That's always the aim. You know, the kits probably resonate to me in success. But just going off the back of this, off the look of this shirt, lovely. Absolutely love this shirt. So yeah, I probably will be getting this one at some point. Yeah. Let me know in the comments if you're buying it or if you're not, or if you just don't fancy it. But for me, this is a winner. So listen, people, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for joining me for this video. Hopefully we got something to announce before the preview for Cardiff, but it's looking highly unlikely, isn't it? But please hit a like on the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, drop your comments below, and I'll see you in the next one, people. Peace out.